Hello everyone, welcome back to another Procreate tutorial where today we're going to be drawing this cute turtle and I'm going to show you how to do it step by step. So let's get started. If you do not know how to load in the reference photo and set up your canvas with the grid, I have made a separate video so you can go watch that first and then come back and join us. So today we'll be working with a canvas at 3000 by 3000 pixels and the grid line is set at 312. That's 312 pixels. So now when you load in your reference photo here, it will match exactly to your canvas over here. Everything that you will need to follow along with the tutorial is in a download over on Gumroad. It is a free download. You will get a sketch with the grid, without the grid. You'll get the color palette I use and also all the brushes that I use. Free of charge, although I've set it up where you can donate $1 or $2 if you enjoy these free videos I bring to you every week. So without further ado, let's get started. So I am going to start off with my Chamo Inker Streamliner brush. And we're just going to do black for the sketch. So let's take a look at I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. So we're over 2 squares, which is about right here. And we're down to about right here. So I'm going to do this. Okay, so I'm going to do this eye shape here first. So maybe we'll start here and we'll end up about right there. So like that. And then we've got the face coming down here. Let me see, maybe I'll go ahead and put that eye in right now. So I'm going to go from this side like that, and then we got another one here in the middle like that. I think that's better. My black don't look black for some reason. I don't know why. Oh well. Alright, so let's do this face here. I'm going to have it come down maybe to about right there. Yeah, I think that's good. Again, you guys, you don't have to be perfect. I mean, if you are just close, it's going to look really good. All right, let's start with this upper part right here. So I'm going to come up. I'm going to touch that grid line. And we're going to intersect right over here and meet up with that one. So let me see if I can do this in one go. I think that looks good enough. We'll just erase this little mistake I made right there. Yep, like that. Alright, so we have another eye here. So thick to thin line there. And then we have one here on the inside. And then we're going to have it come around and meet up right there. And we've got the pupil here in the middle. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Okay, let's put in these little nose holes here. I got one here and one right there. Alright, and then these little kind of shell marks or the skin texture. It's going to go up like that. Right there, go up and out here. And then we have another one right there. Let's make sure these touch so we don't have any coloring problems. Maybe another one right there. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Okay, let's go to his mouth. So I'm going to go up here and then down. Like that. And then over here on this side of the face, we've got some little textures. Alright, and let's do this pupil over here on this eye. I forgot that part. Here we go. I like that one better. Okay, so we got the face done. Let's go ahead and maybe start on this shell up here on top. So I've got one line coming up here, and then it's going to go right under that grid line to about here, I think. All right, let's have this that line right there. We got one coming down here, and another one coming out of the head. Uh-oh, held my pen down too long. We can leave that part in right there. All right, it looks like I've got it coming down here. So I think I'm gonna redo this line here to make it a little bit more rounded and coming down out of the bottom here. Oops, I got my eraser still on. Okay, so I'm just going to do it down to here for right now. Okay, let's do here. We'll connect those two. And this one goes up to there. So it's kind of like just little, I don't know what shape that would be. I guess a pentagon maybe? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe a pentagon. We'll go right there, and we'll come down here, and then meet up right there. All right, and then let's bring this one down to here. And we got this one shooting up here. And we'll take it off to about right there. And then this one is going to do that. All right, let's continue this shell part right here. So it's going to curve down, and then it's going to flare back out. So about like that. All right, and then we can get this one in, him going up to there, and then maybe him going up to there. All right, I think it's looking good. All right, next, let's get this bottom portion of his shell in. So we're gonna come out here, go down, up and down, just kind of wiggle it around until you get to that line over there. And then we can put in all these little connections here. Right there, and we'll do one here. We'll do one here. And I think that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I missed one. Maybe here. All right. Okay, let's start working on this side here. So we got his neck coming down to about right there, and then we're going to have a leg coming out here. So we're going to just kind of curve it around to that grid line here, so down to about here. That's good. And actually, I'm going to make it come across like that. And then we're going to come out here. Like that. So now we got the bottom of his shell coming down like that. And make sure all of these are touching here. Alright, what's next? Let's see. I'm gonna wait till all those detail lines till I get this main leg and shell and stuff in. So let me start on this leg here. I'm gonna come down to about maybe here. Yeah, I think that's good. And then we got a foot coming down here. There, and then this one is going to connect to that one. Let me do that one again. Let me turn this so I can get a better angle on it. Here we go. I think that's good. Actually, It didn't really connect everything, but so I'm going to do this line here. It's going to just connect into the leg, and then if we want to make it look like that, we can just erase that line there, and then we can kind of give it a little sharp point. So what's great about digital drawing, you can fix everything. Alright, and then we got the bottom of the shell. Got that circle, we got it coming up to connect to there. And then we have a up, down. So put that one in. And we got a line going through the middle of it. So we got this little shape right there, and then a neck crease, another neck crease over there, and I think we got that part done. Okay, let's do this middle part of his bottom body here. So maybe I should do that leg, that circle part right there first. So looking at my grid lines, about like that, and then we got the foot coming out about right there. So now we can put this connecting line right there, and then coming out of the shell here, and then we got a curved line to connect those two. All right, so we got the main part of the turtle done. Let's get all of these little detail lines in for his toes. It kind of looks like elephant feet. We'll do this one. 3 and 4. And then how many do I got on this one? I got 1, 2, 3, 4 on this one too. I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and then maybe we can just a little cross hatch. Just like that. And we got a line here, and a few lines actually. One going up there, one connecting here, and then we have this one. All right, we got those done. Let's look at the leg here. Let's put in this swoosh mark and another one here. That in. Again, I'm just loosely following my sketch. Yeah, that's close enough. Okay, I missed that line right there. I'll go up there. Okay, and over here on this leg. Yep, I think that is gonna do the sketch. Actually, it's not a sketch. I'm just doing my inking part. All right, yeah, I don't see any major problems, so I think we can move on to the coloring process now. So I've given you a palette, and it's called Turtle Palette. So these are the colors we're going to be using, and we're going to kind of use the technique that we used on the last tutorial. If you watched it, is the gradient. I'm going to turn off my drawing guide and my reference photo. We don't need those anymore. Okay, and we're going to be using kind of a gradient, using the Gaussian blur to gradient some of these coloring ins. So, and what I mean by that is I'll show you. I guess we can do, we don't have to do each square on a separate layer. That's going to make a lot of time. So maybe we'll just do similar colored pieces on the same layer. So the first thing I want to do is go out and pick this middle green color here. Maybe the paintbrush, Chamel paint. So what we're going to do now is let's start a new layer, and we'll put it under our line art here. And let me see. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and turn this top line layer into a reference, as we normally do. So now we can drag and drop this green color, and we're going to do it there, here, and here. We do it up there. I think that's all for right now. So then what we're going to do is we're going to choose this darker green color. And now that these are on their own separate layer, I'm going to change this to alpha lock. So what that's going to do is only going to allow us to color where there's color already. So we've got this darker green color. Let's see if that's going to make a big enough difference. So I'm going to paint the bottoms of these the darker color. And then we're going to go up to the little magic wand tool, and we're going to hit Gaussian blur, and just slide your finger to the right until it blurs it a little bit. And then we got this gradient going on for each little piece of the shell here. You know, I could probably go a little bit darker on that actually. So that same color that we're using, go to classic, and then let's just take that bottom slider and darken it up a little bit. And then we can saturate a little bit more too if you want. Let's do this one more time. Let's see what happens. Alright, let's do the Gaussian blur again, see what it looks like. Yeah, I like that a little bit better. So you're going to leave it like that. I like that much better. So we just need to make it a little bit darker. Alright, so that's for those parts. Now for these other shell parts, we're going to choose, back to your palettes again, we're going to choose this bluish color right here, middle one. Alright, and we're going to do those on a separate layer. So first what we're going to do is just drag them and drop them in. So right there, and then all of these along here. This one also, and then this one here. These are going to be a little bit different. I'm going to show you how to do those in a minute. We can probably go ahead and do his feet too. We'll do that one, and this one over here. Yeah, that's all for right now. Actually, we get that little square right there. So if you hit continue filling, you can just tap and get all these little pieces that got missed. All right, that's good enough. All right, what we're going to do now is we're going to set this layer also to alpha lock, and then we're going to choose this darker blue color here, still on our paintbrush, and we're going to make the bottoms of those a little dark. Just like that. And maybe we'll do it like that. And maybe up around here. That's going to kind of be in shadow up there. And then along this here. Maybe right there. Alright, let's see what that looks like. Hit your little magic wand tool, hit Gaussian blur, and then let's, yeah, it looks good, really good. Really good, I like that. Okay, so we'll leave it like that. Let's see now, for the head, I'm going to be a combination of the green and the blue. So it's going to be done a little bit different than we're doing these other parts here. We're going to probably need to paint it in. But to make things easier, let's make a new layer, and then we'll just drop in a base color at first. So I think I'm just going to do this light blue that we used the first time and just drop into the head here. And then we can hit the continue filling so we can get all these little pieces in. Now we've got that on its own layer, we'll be able to manipulate it a little bit easier now. So what I want to do is I want to pick this light green color, actually the middle green color there. And we're going to set that face to alpha lock again, so we'll only be able to paint on the face. And we're going to do all of this bottom portion here in green. And since it's on a separate layer, see, we can't color on it on these other parts, which makes it really easy. So that one, I'm going to have it come up around the nose. So about like that, and then we'll fill all this in here. All right, yeah, just about like that. That's the only thing I really wanted to do, is do it just like that. All right, we're gonna do some other parts like that also, but for right now, that face is basically how I wanted it. All right, I'm going to take this darker green color here. So I'm just gonna hold my finger down and we'll activate the color picker. And then I'm gonna put a shadow down here on the bottom of his mouth using the same brush. So about like that. Let me make my brush a little bit smaller so I'm gonna actually undo that here. I didn't really want it to go over, but it's okay a little bit. We're gonna do this burnt orange color here. Maybe this one, the very top one on the far right. And we're gonna do shadows on this shell shape here. Along the bottom of these little sections. All right, and then over here, same thing. Just like that. And this right here, oops, we haven't put any color on that one yet, so that's why it wouldn't let me color it in. All right, that's fine. Let's do the eyes. So we'll just choose this black color here. I'm on the wrong layer. Back to the head layer. What's going on? Oh, I added an alpha lock still. There's no color in there, so it won't let me put color in there. So I'm just going to turn off the alpha lock. Now it'll let me to drag and drop it in again. All right, and that's good. We're going to put in this burnt orange color. Actually, it's kind of a brownish color, so maybe this brown here. And we're going to color in the eyes. That part right there. And then the top of this eye is going to be that light blue color, so I kind of missed that. Put that one in. Here we go. And maybe let's choose white. And if you go to your airbrush and choose a soft brush, I didn't give that one to you. It's part of your Procreate. I'm going to choose this. Make my brush about 4%. We're going to put in a little highlight on the eye here. On those two sides right there. That's good enough. Looks good. All right. I'm going to go ahead and just do this green. We're going to have to turn off alpha lock again. So just remember, when you're shading it in and you're doing the gradients, you need to have alpha lock on. But when you're dragging and dropping colors in, you got to turn it off. All right, let's do this part here. We're going to turn off alpha lock again. And then we're going to choose this really light color blue here. We're going to fill in these squares. And then you can hit continue filling too if you want to. All right, and I guess we have to start a new layer. And we'll do this green part here. I'm going to do the same green right here. So about like that. And maybe the same one over here. All right. And this brown color on the eye is going to be right there. And same brown color are going to be under. All right, this darker green color, maybe, yeah, that one right there. We'll put in the darker ones there and there and there. And then the toenails, I'm going to have this light color here. So they'll be kind of separated. I'm going to continue filling for that. There we go. So now we got all of our turtle colored in. Let's go ahead and put in the little details on him now. So I'm going to make a new layer on top of the head. And I'm going to turn off the reference photo here now because we've got it all colored in now. And I'm not going to be dragging and dropping any more colors in. So I'm going to go back to my inker Channel Streamliner, Inker Streamliner. And we're going to do these really light blue color here. And we're going to draw some of these shell kind of shapes. And then close them off so you can drag and drop it in. So this is kind of going to be like a highlight, I guess. Just like that. Maybe up around the eye here too. Do one there. Maybe under the eye, I can put a little highlight there. Okay. Yeah, I like that. Looks good. Okay, let's do... We'll do this little shape here. Just put in some little details like that. I'm just basically doing that same shape in the middle. That's going to be kind of highlighted right there. Oops, that went all the way in, didn't it? I didn't close this off. Here we go. Okay, maybe right here too. Yeah, I like it. It's looking good. Okay, and then let's do some here on the leg here. We'll do some right there, and then maybe these up here. And we'll do that one right there. All right, let's do some here. I'm just going to make a big shape. Oops, I dropped it on the line. Don't drop it on the line. Oh, I didn't close this. There we go. And then we can just continue filling on these. Just like that. And maybe a little here. Turn off that color drop. Let's make a shape here. Fill that one in. I'm going to continue. And just touch that. Yep, I think we're getting close to finishing this. I'm going to do this light green here. Turn off my color drop. And maybe put something in the eye there on the bottom. A little green there. You know what? I think I'm going to call that done. I like how that turned out. So there you are. Just some new techniques on how to manipulate these sections and stuff using the gradients. And I think that really will help you guys out a lot. Let's turn, what color can he be? Here's another thing you can do. You can choose a green and you can go to your harmony and it's going to show you the colors that look good together. And so if we change it to this pink color here, maybe if I started a new layer here, put it on top, on the bottom of everything and drop that in. There we go. You can see it kind of harmonizes with the colors we already got in there. But anyway, that is going to do it for this week. Thank you so much for joining me. We'll see you again next week for another Procreate tutorial. So keep on creating and I will see you again. Take care.